Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Drakiith. Thanks for your continued support. That said, let's get started. Welcome back to episode 12. Now, I do want to finish exploring the Old Sycamore, but unfortunately, we're currently recovering from a combined 15 points worth of dexterity damage. It's going to take at least 2 or 3 days to recover from all that attribute damage, and rather than just sit around, I thought we'd take this opportunity to head back to Oleg's trading post. That'll give us an opportunity to catch up with a few NPCs, turn in a few quests, and unload a lot of this loot we've been accumulating. Granted, most of this stuff is pretty low value, but hopefully we'll still make enough gold to get at least a couple of equipment upgrades. We've got a bit of a walk ahead of us, so we'd better get moving. Hopefully we can make it back to the trading post before we start getting exhausted. Ah, of course. Okay, looks like we're up against some kobolds. Oh, they're just normal kobolds. Well, even over encumbered, we should be able to power right through these guys. Nice. Now the trick is seeing if we actually have room for this extra loot. Oh, yeah. We've got almost 100 pounds left over. Yeah, we're fine. Let's keep moving. Hopefully we can make it the rest of the way without any more random encounters. It's not that we can't handle a fight, it's just that I'd rather avoid combat while we're over encumbered. Okay, I think we're good. Wow, we made it back just in time. We are exhausted.
It is done.
Let's go turn in some quests. First things first, let's deliver those moon radishes. Buchan smiles at you. Oh, it's you. Want to buy anything? Does this look like the radish you were looking for? Buchan's face brightens and he rubs his sides in satisfaction. Yes, that's it. Hey, there's even more than I expected here. Thank you so much. Take this. You deserve it. Why do you need moon radishes? Buchan blushes heavily and coughs into his fist. That's for Oleg. He sprained his back last summer, you see. Tried to move a heavy chest all by himself. You can't even imagine the healing powers of these radishes. They make a great pain-killing ointment. Potent. Exquisite. Oleg would never confess his weakness to anybody, but I see him wince every time he bends over to pick something up. The old man sighs, a bit too loudly. Oh, when will the poor man realize he's not 15 anymore? Sure, Buchan. Sure. We'll go with that story. Well, some of my viewers did warn me that Buchan was a bit of a pill fiend in the original module. Would you buy more fangberries and moon radishes if I brought them? A sly smile spreads on Buchan's face, a glint in his eye. Sorry, my friend, but after you took a walk through that cave, there's nary a spider left. So now it's safe enough for me to gather the berries myself, rather than pay someone else any time I need to cook dinner or make a potion. And that bucket of moon radishes will be plenty for me. For me to help Oleg for a long time to come, I mean. Alright, Bakken. Message received. I'll just, leave you to it then. Okay, I don't think we need to talk to Oleg just yet, but, Jod Kavkin. Who is this? Yeah, this guy's new. A dark-haired man stands stooping before you. He's in his 40s, but at first glance he could easily be mistaken for much older. His weary face is crisscrossed with innumerable wrinkles. His weak eyes squint at the light, and he moves his lips silently as if talking to an invisible companion. He raises his head as you approach. Greetings, good traveler. My name is Jod Kavkin. I'm a cleric of Eristil, from Galt. I was led to these wild lands by the Stag God in a vision. He led me through the magic mist and showed me the location of an ancient forsaken site, the Temple of the Elk. Give me a moment of your time. I would speak with you of this. Well, that's convenient. Tell me about the visions that led you to the Temple of the Elk. That's why I'm here. Well, apparently this guy's old news. I've heard of the Temple of the Elk from a local nymph. She believes a mad druid who served the Stag Lord once performed his rituals there. It seems that's where the magic mist comes from. Jod groans with indignation. To defile the ancient shrine of Eristil, and with such unnatural magic. How could it be that this druid wasn't completely exhausted? Find the Temple of the Elk. Jod frowns. I pieced together its location from what I can remember of my visions. I have a rough idea of where to look for the sanctuary, however, I don't possess the strength to walk this path myself. Do not reject my plea, good traveler, and I'll repay you as best I can. In these dark times, people rarely help each other without compensation. May Eristil forgive us all. But I am sure my healing abilities will be useful to you. Why do you need to find this temple? What is there to understand? The gods do not send us visions for no reason. Jod folds his arms over his chest. We must go to the temple. Then, I believe, we shall discover the true meaning and wisdom of Eristil's will. Alright, I think we're done with Jod for now. Yeah, the rest of these dialogue options just look like your usual companion banter. While I am a bit curious to learn more about Jod or the Elk God, we'll hold off on that for now. We don't want to spend the whole episode just talking to NPCs. Jod came out here to tell us about the Temple of the Elk, and he's done that. Let's move on for now. Okay, now, I don't think we need to talk to anyone else out here, but... Ah, yes, we still need to talk to Keston. Alright, let's head inside and tell him what happened to Tartuccio. Keston, I failed to capture Tartuccio alive. He attacked me and was killed. Keston sighs. Well, this is not the best outcome, but I think it will be good enough for Jamandi. Take this as a reward for your help. I'll send word to Restov and let them consider how they might return the favor. Not bad. Once again, I thank you for your help. I'll remain here until my men recover from their wounds. Meanwhile, we'll help guard the trading post and fight off any bandits, should they return. Good luck in all your plans and endeavors. Well, that was a much shorter conversation than I was expecting. More importantly, it also pushed us over the edge to level 4. Okay, let's pause the episode real quick. That way I can sell off all this excess loot, pick up a few new items, and take a look at all of our level up options. I was actually hoping that we'd hit the level up a little later in the episode. That way I could ask for feedback before I made any final decisions, but I'll take a look at what we've got available and then I'll decide whether to wait or not. We'll be right back. And we're back. It actually looks like most of our level up options are pretty straightforward this time, but first, let's take a look at our new items. First up, we gave Retcon a light mace +1. It's not cold iron like his dagger was, but it does have a slightly higher damage potential. We also gave Valerie a +1 heavy shield and a ring of protection +1. And we gave Harem the same thing, which should hopefully help him survive in combat. Aside from that, I gave Lindsay the cold iron dagger, and I gave some basic equipment to our other two recruits. While I'm not really planning to use Jathal or Ragongar, I at least wanted them to be properly equipped, just in case they participated in a story event or something. Now, like I said before, our level up options are pretty straightforward this time. In Retcon's case, we'll be sticking with the Inquisitor class, but he doesn't really get any special class features at level 4. For the most part, we're just assigning a few points and picking a couple of new spells. First up, we get an extra attribute point. While I'm tempted to put it into dexterity for the defensive bonus, I think we're better off putting it into strength instead. Not only will that give us a bonus to accuracy and damage, it'll also raise our carrying capacity. Skills are a no-brainer, we'll boost what we're already trained in. Next up, we get to pick our first second level spells. Now, we've got a lot of options here, but since we've been focused on defensive spells so far, I thought I'd grab Cure Moderate Wounds and Lesser Restoration. And that's pretty much it. Let's move on. Next up, we have Valerie, who, again, is a pretty straightforward level up. Like Retcon, she doesn't get any new class abilities at level 4. At least, not in the conventional sense. First, we have to assign Valerie's new attribute point, and again, I'm tempted to put it into dexterity, but I guess there's not much point in that since she's wearing plate mail. Instead, I think we'll put her point into Constitution to round her up to an incredible 20, which will boost her Fortitude save and give her an extra hit point per level. As for her one skill point, it doesn't really matter, but I guess we'll keep boosting Athletics. Now things get a little more interesting because Valerie gets a bonus fighter feat, but more importantly, she also now has access to the Weapon Specialization ability. That ability is restricted to fighters, and it's basically just a flat +2 damage bonus to a weapon of your choice. In Valerie's case, we'll go with the Bastard Sword. And again, that's it. We're done with Valerie. Next we've got Amiri, and by popular demand, I'll be giving her another level of Barbarian. I am glad I gave her one level of Fighter, but we'll definitely stick with Barbarian from here on out. She's got an extra attribute point, so once again resisting my urge to put it into Dexterity, we'll drop it in Strength instead. It's not really going to help her right now, but it will make a pretty big difference if we can get her to level 8. As for her skills, we'll keep her focused on Athletics, Nature Lore, and Perception. And again, we're done. Oh, though she did actually pick up Danger Sense, which is a class ability. It mostly just boosts her defense against traps and surprise, so I kind of glossed over it. Next up we've got Harem, and he's got the most basic level up yet. We'll raise his Cleric class to level 4, which doesn't unlock any special class abilities. He gets a new attribute point, and of course we're going to put it right into Wisdom. He only gets one skill point, so we'll put it into Perception. And we are done. He does get a few new spell slots, but we'll worry about that a little later. Next we've got Lindsay, and that's where things get a little trickier. I previously mentioned that I basically want her to be backup for when Octavia fails a skill check, and a lot of viewers have suggested that that means I should cross-class her into Rogue, which I more or less agree with. That will cost her a level of bardic spellcasting ability, of course, but she'll get trap finding, sneak attack, and weapon finesse in exchange, which I think is a more than fair trade. We will go back to leveling her up as a bard in the future, though. As for her attribute point, I'll admit I wasn't really sure about this one. As a bard, I felt like I should probably put it into charisma, but I decided to play it safe and put it in dexterity instead. I tend to use her more as a rogue anyway. As for her skill points, we'll focus on the usual: trickery, knowledge, and perception. And that's it for Lindsay, which just leaves Octavia. Honestly, she's got another fairly basic level up. If we want to unlock her prestige class at level 5, then most of her choices are already made for us. First, we have to put her level in Wizard so she can cast second level spells. That's one of the prerequisites for Arcane Trickster. Then we'll put her attribute point into Intelligence, which isn't actually required, but it's kind of a no-brainer. But what is required is a point in Mobility, Trickery, and Knowledge Arcana, which again meets one of the prerequisites for Arcane Trickster. Now we get to actually have some fun and choose some new spells for Octavia's spellbook. She's already got Scorching Ray, thanks to a scroll we found, so we'll keep her focused on defensive and utility spells. We have to take at least one transmutation spell, so we might as well grab Bull's Strength, which is a nice buff for any of our fighters. As for her other spell, she's got a lot of good options, but personally, I'm leaning towards... there it is, Protection from Arrows. This is a pretty great defensive spell. At her current level, it'll absorb 30 points of missile weapon damage. It also has a pretty ridiculous duration, so we don't have to worry about micromanaging it. And that's pretty much it for our level ups. Now, I'm going to stick with these choices for now, but if anyone has any changes that they feel really passionate about, be sure to let me know in the comments below. That said, let's get back to adventuring. Oh, but we do have to set our new spell slots. Okay, let's see here. Harem's got a new level 1 slot. Let's go ahead and grab Remove Fear. We never seem to have that spell ready when we need it. I think he's also... yeah, he's got a second level slot too. Honestly, I'm really tempted to just grab another Restoration, but I feel like we should grab something a little different. Maybe a nice solid combat buff. You know what? We'll stick with the basics and grab another Bull Strength. We can always benefit from more strength bonuses. And now we have to set Octavia's level 2 slots. She's got 4 slots to fill, so this should be pretty straightforward. We'll drop Bull Strength in her specialty slot. Then we'll have her memorize Protection from Arrows once and Scorching Ray twice. Of course, she won't actually be able to use those spells until she gets some rest. We'll worry about that later. For now, let's get back to adventuring. Okay, we're on our way to the Old Sycamore. We can't really clear any more paths on the map, not without going out of our way, so we'll head straight for the Sycamore. Oh, we've got another random encounter. We're in good shape, so let's check it out. You know, I like that it changes your starting position on the battlefield, depending on whether you see the random encounter coming or not. It's minor, but it's still a pretty nice touch. Okay, we're up against a couple of skeletons who are moderately tough opponents. Oh, and we're still suffering from a lot of dexterity damage. We did recover a bit when we rested at Oleg's, but let's see if we can fix some more of that before we get into any fights.
Adventures await.
Nice. Octavia's fully recovered.
I tire of waiting.
And that's everyone else. Very nice. Okay, now let's do something about these skeletons. First, we'll summon up a herd of glorious death ponies.
To victory!
And now that they're distracted, we charge into battle. These guys are going down a lot faster than I thought they would. Oh, because these are just normal skeletons, not skeleton warriors. I guess that's a pretty easy mistake to make. Alright, normally I don't pick up armor, but those chain shirts actually have a pretty good resale value. I guess we might as well grab the shields too. We'll just dump them on the floor once we get to the Old Sycamore. Oh, hold on. A gloomy, soggy lowland passing into a swamp. Travelers avoid this place. The swamp is dangerous by itself, while also tending to attract monsters and other unpleasant creatures. I wonder why we didn't spot that before. Maybe there's a hidden skill check involved. Alright, well, it doesn't look like a location we can actually enter, so we'll ignore it for now. Okay, let's immediately dump that excess inventory. We'll come back for this stuff once we're ready to leave. And let's get down to the caverns. It's actually going to take us a couple of minutes to get down there, so let's skip ahead real quick. There we go. We're back in the cavern where we fought the tremendous centipede, and we're ready to continue exploring. We should probably start with this loot container over here. Oh, this looks promising. An agile light pick +1 and a crumpled helmet of a Restov paladin. Interesting. I'm guessing that helmet's just another antique, but let's check out that light pick. Mediocre damage. High crit multiplier. Oh, okay. It's basically useless to anyone who doesn't have weapon finesse. It would actually make a nice backup weapon for one of our rogues, but yeah, that's a martial weapon proficiency, so neither of them can actually equip it. It's pretty useless, but at least we can still sell it for a decent amount of gold. As for the helmet, that is indeed another antique, so I guess we'll just hold on to it for now.
It is done.
Moving on.
No stopping now.
A lot of corpses. Okay, we've been here before. I think there were actually giant spiders just south of here. Oh, yeah. This is definitely starting to look familiar. This is how we got into the Kobold Caves. Yep, and there's the spiders. Let's not take any chances here. We'll send in some death ponies first. Ooh, nice. Got a full herd this time. I mean, obviously, we could have probably done that without the death ponies, but I really don't want to have to deal with more poison damage if we can avoid it. That gets us some giant spider legs, which are surprisingly valuable, and I'm sure we're going to run into some more spiders soon.
March on.
Yep, there they are. Alright, well, let's use the same tactics as before. I hate to use up all of our summons so quickly, but we really shouldn't take any chances with poison.
What for Gorum?
Oh, well, we've got a mega herd going. Ooh, okay. Let's, yikes. Let's have Octavia take care of that trap for us. Okay, we're clear. Let's collect our spider legs and search the room. We've already got some loot on the map. Oh, and, more spiders.
Can you make an epic pose?
Alright, we'll let the death ponies take the lead on this one. Are you guys going to charge, or... There we go. Okay, 3 more dead spiders, 3 more giant spider legs, and an unguarded chest. Let's see what we got. A Cloak of Resistance, nice. And a Wand of True Strike, I guess that could be useful. We also got an empty sheath of a Restov Sword Lord, but again, I'm assuming that's just another antique. Let's get that cloak equipped. Of course, this will cause clipping, but this is still an unfinished beta. Let's give it to Amiri. She can use all the defense she can get. Okay, moving on. We've still got a lot of tunnels to clear. Even more spiders.
To victory!
We're definitely getting some weird behavior from the death ponies.
Running won't help you!
Let's see if we can... No, we still can't control them. Alright, let's just start things off with a sneak attack, and then we'll fall back and let the death ponies take the lead.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
We've downed better ones.
Oh, and here comes reinforcements. Too late to actually help, but I appreciate the gesture. Okay, let's grab our spider legs and keep moving.
No stopping now.
Of course. Alright, let's burn off another summon.
I'll make my own legend. Charge!
Nice. Being able to bait these things with death ponies really makes it easier.
It is done.
Looks like we've got 2 paths, so let's keep... Oh, did I? I think I missed a tunnel back here. Hard to tell. Let's go take a look. Nope, that's just a wall. Okay, let's keep following the edge of the map, and then we'll map out the inner tunnels. Even more spiders. Alright, well, we've burned through most of our summons already, so let's do this one the old-fashioned way.
What for Gorum?
Nice, we made it through without getting poisoned. There's something we can look at over there, but let's scout ahead a little farther. Ah, we've got another exit. And a chest.
No stopping now.
A bunch of vendor trash, and a scroll of protection from law. Not bad. Alright, let's double back and check out that magnifying glass before we go any further. The size of the structures makes it obvious they were not built by kobolds. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Kobolds usually live in mines.
Onwards.
Oh, that's new. Oof. That is a skeletal champion. That's actually going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay, let's go ahead and toss up some buffs. I think we're going to need them. We'll start by hitting a Miri with an enlarged person.
Just letting the ink dry.
Then we'll have Harem toss out a Bless spell.
This is my path.
Retcon will give a Miri a magic shield. And let's see here. Okay, let's have Octavia cast Hurricane Bow. That'll help her overcome the skeleton's resistance to piercing damage. Though we apparently have to wait for her to finish casting Enlarged Person first. Not sure why it's taking her so long.
I stand ready.
Okay, cue up the death ponies.
Running won't help you!
Whoa, there are way more than I thought there were.
Out of our story.
Let's hold Harem back. We're going to need him to channel. Nice. That took out all the weaker skeletons. Let's hit him again. Okay, I think we can take it from here. Yeah, there we go. Thank goodness we have a dedicated cleric. Ooh, Masterwork Longsword. There's another one. Not bad. That's maybe 400 or 500 gold worth of vendor trash. Now, what's going on over here? The past seems to haunt me. I didn't expect to see a shrine to Shaylin in these dungeon depths. Shaylin. God of Death, maybe? The statue is hewn from the rock, but with a hint of refinement. The inscription reads, "To our goddess Shaylin, whose gifts we yearn for here in the darkness." These were some pretty messed up miners. But at least they left a lot of treasure lying around. Though I suppose it's also possible the miners just stumbled onto all this stuff. The walls are traced with intricate flower patterns. It's hard to imagine how much time and effort it required. Maybe Shaylin is a goddess of nature or art or something. That would certainly make more sense if the miners built the shrine. Though it wouldn't really explain all the undead. Back to centipedes. That's actually kind of a relief, after all those spiders. Another climbing check. And we've got a magnifying glass in sight, but I don't see how we can reach it, though. Alright, let's pop down there real quick. Centipedes.
We've downed better ones.
March on.
Okay, I think we're in one of the main tunnels again. The kobold has literally been bitten in half. Well, that's not a good sign. We also spotted something. Oh, it looks like another secret passage.
What's that?
Secret sanctum, well hidden away from prying eyes.
No stopping now.
That's kind of interesting. The kobolds had a very similar shrine in Sootscale's lair. I wonder why they would hide this one. Anyway, let's check this out. Oh, I think we missed something in there. Alright, back through the passage. Ah, yes. Okay, let's get back to exploring. That's a dead end, so let's double back.
Follow me.
And I think this is taking us back to the centipede chamber. Yeah, this is where we fought the tremendous centipede. That really just leaves the top left corner of the map here. We are getting pretty close to the 45-minute mark, but let's keep going for now. I'd at least like to finish exploring this level of the dungeon. More centipedes.
No stopping now.
Those things are barely more than a speed bump at this point. There's another exit. Look, there's a way to the surface. Great. In these caves, I feel myself like a prisoner.
We will prevail.
It is done.
Oh, that's unusual. The inscription reads, "In praise of Taldor and the brave warriors of the 5th Army of Exploration, fallen but remembered in honor." Below is a date, year 2014, age of enthronement. It looks like I should be able to click on that keyword, but it doesn't actually seem to work.
You see
Oh,
that?
hold on. We just hit a pressure plate. We've also got what looks like a hidden button over here.
March on.
Oh, okay. This room is surely the oldest, most forgotten place in the dungeon. The layer of dust lies thick as a blanket. That looks like another pressure plate over there. Stone plate returns to its original position. Okay, I think I get this. Let's put Lindsay over here. And we'll put Octavia here. We'll get our fighters front and center. Then we'll have Retcon push that button.
Brag about a big sword if they can't carry one.
I don't see any obvious secret doors, but it's got to be in the wall here. Let's burn off another summon, just in case. Oh, that is right next to me. Oof. 3 skeletal champions this time. We're definitely going to need Harem up here. Oh, crap. Are you...
Survive.
Amiri just took 58 damage? We may be, we might be in over our heads here. We've lost the death ponies. Alright, let's queue up, These things are resistant to cold damage, aren't they? Well, let's give it a shot anyway. It's all or nothing at this point. Harem needs to keep channeling. That's it. Harem's tapped out. Let's hit these guys with a Bane Spell. Alright, now let's, oh, let's burn off our last summon spell. There we go. Now we've got flanking bonuses. Man, I wish we could get Amiri back on her feet, but I don't think we can actually reach her. Well, we're down to the last skeleton, so I think we're actually okay at this point. That opening crit was ridiculous, though. Oh, who did we...
Last chapter.
Lindsay, what were you even doing there? I could have sworn I had her positioned on that pressure plate. Okay, well, that that got a little chaotic, but we made it through. It definitely would have been a lot easier if we hadn't lost Amiri in the first round of combat, but honestly, with a 58 damage crit, I don't think there was anything we could do about it. That hit would have actually killed almost anyone else in the party. Alright, well, let's burn through the rest of our healing spells.
We should move. I'll make my own legend.
And Lindsay was called forth. Anything is possible.
Whoops. I had Harem burn off a bless spell. I meant to convert that to healing.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious? Something more simple, like Lindsay the Great. Maybe Lindsay the Indecisive.
Okay, we've got half plate, valuable but heavy. The tower shields are definitely too heavy to bother with, but we'll grab everything else. Oh, and that was a Masterwork Great Axe. That would certainly explain the ridiculous crit damage.
No stopping now.
Let's see what these guys were guarding. Hopefully it was all worth it. Ooh, a couple of magic items. We've got a +1 Tongi, which I think is some sort of oriental axe. And we've got +1 half plate. Looks like we can finally get Amiri in heavy armor. We also found a Potion of Remove Curse, which might actually come in handy. We can't actually cast that spell until we hit level 5. Okay, let's get this new gear equipped. Now, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that Tongi is actually an exotic weapon, so none of us can use it. Yeah, that's a shame. That half-plate, on the other hand, that we can actually use. Okay, under normal circumstances, half-plate is inferior to full-plate in just about every way that counts. But in this case, I think Valerie's armor training should actually let her wear that half-plate without any appreciable loss in armor. Yeah, her armor class is still 27. That means we can give the full plate to Amiri. Now, I understand that this will cancel out her fast movement ability, but let's be honest here, that's only worked against her so far. I'd much rather have her moving at normal speeds with a higher defense score. Then she might actually survive long enough to hit things with her giant sword. Okay, I think we actually missed one more tunnel, so let's backtrack real quick and then we can wrap up the episode. Yeah, we've got one more tunnel over here.
I found
Oh.
something interesting.
Okay. Ah, another hidden path. A Mite Hermit. The Mite watches you with anger and hisses. The Mite hisses again and furiously gestures, pointing to the exit. Yeah, I guess we did kind of invade his home. We could probably provoke this guy into a fight, but that seems needlessly cruel. And end of the line. Okay, I'm pretty sure all these exits just lead back up to the Old Sycamore, so I think we've completely explored the lower caverns. I think that brings us to a pretty good stopping point for the episode, so we'll go ahead and pause things here. Next time, we'll pick up by clearing out the rest of the Kobold Caves, and then I think it's time to investigate that Temple of the Elk. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing the Pathfinder Kingmaker beta, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Kickstarter. Links are in the description.